How's it all going, everybody? I'm Dan Watson.
And I'm Paul Sloggett. Welcome to the dirt.
You get lamer and lamer at that.
Yeah, but you get more fucking razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz.
We level each other out.
There's a drone.
I'm Dan Watson. I'm Paul
Paul
Sloggett.
Let's get them in here. Let's get the boys in. Admit. I don't know what I'm admitting to, but they'll be in here in a second.
We can edit that in.
Pow, 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 pow. Now I've got some really weird screen where I've got everybody's on here, including two versions of Slogs. So I don't know what's going on.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Anyway,
evening, gents.
The non-sustainable world, that Slugs. Too easy. The price was deepened. It'd have been cop slogs. You know what I'm saying?
How's things, gents?
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good. In a windy Wales, man. Very windy and cold, but good.
Yeah, it's pretty windy down here at stages. It's calmed down a bit now.
Yeah, same here, man. Yeah, but the other week was real. We had windows blown in and everything on the barn and stuff, man. It was crazy.
Oh, not this storm. The last one you're on about.
We had a little one. We had like a little one like today. We're just saying the last one was proper stuff. It like blew our garage doors off and everything. Like brutal.
Blew the bloody doors off.
The camera van.
What to do?
That's just when Grandad's in there trumping. Now, did you get no snow up there?
No, we don't know snow. You're too close to the sea, mate. I think we overlook the coast, so there's you don't get much snow, do you? Generally,
yeah, there was none right here.
We had loads of snow up on the hills, didn't we?
Drowning in it in Belper.
They drowning in snow.
Well, we've jumped at it. We've not even introduced you. Obviously, we all know yous, and hopefully most of the viewers knows in the room here. But hopefully there's quite a number out there who are watching this that don't know who you are, that might be from elsewhere in the world, elsewhere in the country, not as prevalent on the scene or what have you. I can't say what order they are on your screen when you're watching this at home, but we've got Nash here. Say hello, Nash.
Peace. How we doing? You all good, guys?
All good, man.
We got Sam Nicholas.
Hello.
Tramper. Was it? How did you describe yourself? Tramper in your job description. Tramper top boy.
I meant the T's.
Oh, T boy. Sorry, my bad.
Squash, if you want to. Really.
And then we got Mark Hale, who I've known for many years. Well, I've known all of you for many years, but I've known Mark probably the longest, I should say, out of all of you.
Well, you passed the sword to me, mate, didn't you? Back at the park, man. Known you a long time. How are we all doing?
We're all doing all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight to discuss, honor, worship,
celebrate,
and remember the centre that was Harthill Adventure Park, Hales Board and Bike Park, Super Bowl, Bowlsworth, however you care to remember it, just outside of Tattenhall in Chester. A little part of me is in that place, as is a little part of every one of these gents here on your screen here in one way or another. Blood, sweat, tears, jizz, the lot. It's all been soiled on that hallowed dirt.
Yeah, man.
Just a little bit of jizz.
a magical little sauce on top.
I took his caravan on from him, man. I know all about it.
Oh, that place was hanging, but it was beautiful in its own right, and not just when I had it. I mean, you put your stamp proper on it, Mark. I have to say,
I put a lot of jizz in there too, Dan. No, mate, yeah, definitely. That caravan served another couple of years, like definitely after you left. Yeah.
So yeah, I suppose for the viewers, like I say, we've given a little bit of background to the centre. like I say, just outside of Chester, near Wrexham, Tattenhall area of Cheshire. I personally had a little hand in it in its infancy when Ride the Hill first took the land on and employed Andy Potter to come in and sort out slope style and the first version of the board across there. Got on the rakes with him for a little bit there. I was trying to rack my brains as to who ran it in that first season or two, but
was it Tristan and I've forgotten their names now. There was two people, weren't there? There was Tristan and somebody else. I don't know.
And now you said Tristan, that sounds
Tristan
right.
rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah, it does ring a
I
bell.
can't remember their name, but it was a couple. It was definitely a couple.
I definitely couldn't picture them though.
No,
I've met him. Tristan had massive dreads when I last saw him. The second to last time I saw him. And when I last saw him, they popped in for a bit. Tristan and Kate, that's it. Tristan and Kate. And he had shaved all his dreads off and had glasses and had a normal job. It was quite surreal, to be honest with you.
crikey, hit the rat race.
Yeah, hit him big time. Got a job at Ruffalo's or something. Right.
So yeah, they had it in its first season, possibly even two, but I may stand corrected on that. And then I was asked politely if I'd care to go up and oversee the place alongside Jono, young Jono, I forget his second name. And very shortly after, our wonderful friend Clive Godfrey.
I remember him fondly.
Oh yeah. Well, there are many stories that I'm sure we will get into with that chap from back in the day. But yeah, and then as you said, Mark, pass the torch on to yourself. Probably would that have been around 07, 08?
It was. I got my job Ride the Hill January 07, and then myself, my brother, took over the park in the September of that year.
Yeah, and you had that under Hale's Board and Bike Park from 2007.
Hale Super Bowl, mate, to start with, man, like old school, because it was Super Bowl, Bowlsworth Super Bowl, wasn't it initially? Yeah. Right, no, it was Ride the Hill Super Bowl, sorry. And then we just kept that name. It was easy. Then we get getting those like people ringing us up like to book bowling. They're like, is this the Mega Bowl? We're like, oh, we're going to change this name, man. So then that was Hale's Board and Bike Park then, and plus we'd got the tracks installed as well for the biking, obviously for four cross events and stuff. So it made sense, like.
Yeah.
So what year was that when you took over? When you took it on yourselves?
September 2007. Right. Basically, Ride the Hill said to me, they go, we're leaving. And I was like, shit, this is like my house and like my life sort of thing and everything. So I phoned my old man and my brother, and all three of us got a loan out for a certain amount of money, and then just input all of that straight into the park to get a whole new fleet and all new stuff. Because Slogs, I think you were about when the park was getting taken down by Ride the Hill, weren't you? When me and Clive were still there.
Yeah. I was just on my way out the door then, I think. Just like there was a sort of crossover when that was happening, and I was looking for my exit back down to Cornwall.
Yeah, I remember you and it was Ant Shrimpton, I think, coming up to take stuff down.
We took a load of hire boards.
Yeah, you were
sure it broke my heart. Yeah. Broke my heart, mate. Yeah, it's devastating.
Yeah, man. But then following that, we had a beautiful, hard and lovely and amazing 15 years still after that, like. But crazy, man.
So, at what stage in the timeline? Obviously, as we go through this episode, we'll go back in time, but just continue on with this brief timeline. Where in the stage did you, Nash, and you, Sam, come into this? Because obviously you were locals and riders since day dot, really, or certainly in all of Mark's time, surely, and that.
Yeah.
Sam was just
so-
a kid when I last see him at that time. Yeah,
was it like 2016, 2017 is about when Mark came to a few people to sort of create the name Harthill Adventure Park and to run it as a new business from there, with new ideas and people to get behind it and back it, and that's is that 2016, Sam, when you joined?
And then maybe beginning of 2017.
Yeah.
2017 was when we did it, yeah. And then Sam and that involved. Then I met me and Nash. We going to comps together for ages, but hadn't really ever just connected really. And obviously, as you know, then we had like a long path of helping each other and whatnot, and shed sessions and blah blah.
Yeah.
But, like that all came and culminated in then getting Nash involved in the business as well. I think in 2018, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's probably early then, wasn't it? Yeah.
But there was a big group of us, mind. There's all people like Stu Wong, Greg, and everyone. We all kind of were there about the same time, isn't it?
Well, like Steve, my brother's been involved since the start as well, isn't he, and all that. But like it was a point of I basically had my daughter, and I was living in Yorkshire, so I was like, I need to get help to keep this place alive. So I reached out to people, and these people answered the horn of Gondor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They came,
So
and then that's what we had for about four or 5 years in the end. Yeah.
So did it turn into more of a cooperative in the end? Then did it?
Completely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That was the plan. A round table was the plan. Like.
And how did that work with regards to the actual day-to-day runnings of the place? Because obviously, like
Sam,
you all had, you weren't all working. That didn't become all of your full-time jobs, did it?
No, it didn't. It just meant that it was easier on all of us to sort of get the workload done sort of every weekend, because we're all working during the week anyway. I mean, Sam coming from Belper every weekend. I was coming from Leeds, I think, at the time. So like we're all making like a good hour and a half, 2 hour journey or something to get there, and then just crack on with work Saturday morning through till Sunday evening. And that's when the park looked the best, Sunday evening. You want to have a good ride. That was when it was perfect. Yeah.
Ready
just when you're going to leave and start work on Monday. Yeah.
And then you come back on Friday. You come back on the Friday and be back all up again, man.
Yeah.
Painting the Severn Bridge. You'd have to go repainting it by the end of it.
I've never hated rain and sun so much, knowing that grass grows with rain and sun.
Yeah, I hear that.
I want drought. I want it to be like the Sahara Desert around here. I've had enough. No more rain.
It'd just be one great big sand dune up there.
Yeah.
It would be. It'd just fall apart, as you know, man. One day we had a storm up there, and I went up the steep, and the steep had like eroded vertically down. Clive was there with me at the time. I stood in the hole, and my head was at where the berm started like coming in. And then my legs at the bottom where it came out, I filled it perfect. It must have taken out about 6 foot straight down and out, man. It was a sand pit, and you'd find it all outside the front of the cabin at the bottom. It'd all be there. I'm like, I'll fill that wheelbarrow and start pushing it back up the bloody hill again. Like,
well, even when I was there, that marsh outside where the caravan was at the bottom of the side of the stage,
that dried up, man.
Did it? Because it was never dry apart from like maybe for a week in August, and I don't know whether it was, but I remember there being a series of tree stumps to get you from the door, the side of the door where you go into it, away and out towards the bottom of the quarter pipe at the bottom,
Man,
just to get away
I
from that.
think the water table changed or something, man. So like the pond, there was a big lake, wasn't there, initially?
Yeah.
Like, and then we had like the whole marsh next to the office as well. You couldn't camp there, could you? Because it was just so wet. And then we had to build a wooden drop-in into the bowl because there's a stream running down there. All of that dried up, man. In the end, that was like the jib became that marshland. The pond dried up pretty much, apart from bad like weather. And then down by me at the bottom, it was nothing really. In the end, it was a pretty sweet spot. Like,
Well, as we said, whilst you mentioned that, was thinking, said this the other day, that jib park was one of the best things that ever got put in at that place, and I am gutted that I wasn't the one to put it in. But congratulations.
Well,
Like-
no, to give all credit where credit is due, Clive started the first ever jib, and he wanted to build skate bowls that worked for mountain boards. He dug 3 bowls up there, and then when he left, I just added and kept adding to that idea, sort of thing. But you know, Clive was a bit of a mild, crazy genius, man.
He was a maverick.
He built, you know, the whole covered area in between two. Like, I was labouring for him. He built and planned and drew that all out. He built the toilet block. I was just going to this building site where a guy gave us loads of material, bringing it back on a trailer, and then he was building this shit, mate, pretty much on his own with me handing him stuff. He was a very clever man, like crazy, off his bloody rocker, but clever, like, definitely.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
not always the best judgment, but very clever in the same way.
The first time I ever went to that park, I ended up on the roof with his bloody Land Rover next to Stuart, Mr. Wong, with my mate, my brother Adam on one side, hold on to the wing of the bloody Land Rover, like old school army ones, you could hang on, like, have a mate on the other side. He drove out of the centre about 11:30. Everyone was drunk as hell, like, he was sober, obviously we were all drunk as hell, keep it PC, like, and then drove out onto the road and just hit his lights. He was an old army driver, wasn't he? So he just turned the lights off, drove us round up the hill to the caves, took us up to the caves, took one look at us with the one torch in his hand, and just ran and leapt off the side and went, "See you in a bit," and just disappeared. We were all in the pitch black, just holding the bottle of vodka, going, "Where the fuck are we? Who was that man? What is going on?" Like, that was my first meeting of that man, mate. And we luckily found him. He took us back in the end, but bloody hell, like, guy was off his rocker.
Yeah. I've seen him chase little kids around the centre dressed as Father Christmas with a machete. Midday on a Sunday afternoon. Just the
middle of June.
Middle of June, yeah. Yeah, he was off his fucking trolley.
It was dangerous in that, but the white Land Rover that you had, the 110, my goodness, I've done many a journey in that down to out the grass and stuff like that, and like all that. What road is it? Is it the A38? What is it? There's a road that pretty much joins Chester and drives straight down through the middle of Gloucestershire.
It goes
like that. 38.
Proper like picturesque journey, in it. Like.
And it's basically a pretty much straight Roman road, but with loads of roundabouts on. And I swear, he must have only gone round 1 or 2 throughout the whole thing. The rest of them, he just went straight over the fucking top of them, about 50 miles an hour. I'm sure Bieran was probably in the back on 1 or 2 of them, just bouncing around.
Mate, do you remember being in the office, and you were in how the office used to be, with like the window into the serving area and all the computer and desk behind? Stu, Adam, and mate Sire all sat out the front, and we're all having like a smoke with Clive and doing some balance board and all this stuff. He like runs in, giggling, Clive, and launches something in the door where you are, and just closes the door. Comes back to us laughing. We're all sat there going, "What's going on?" And this firework just goes off in the room. We just see Dan flying through this window hatch to get out head first, crawl over all of us. We're all running out the bloody door, mate. There was no limit. He was just absolutely nuts, mate. But yeah,
we did find his limit.
2 years with me and him at that park. Like,
well, I think I did about a year and a half with him there. Because, like I say, I think I was there for a little bit before he came, possibly. But then I left to go and do the snow seasons. I think I came back after 1 snow season, but then the second one I stayed out. But we did find his limit, and that was Roger Thurston. Big up the Roger Thurston from Knockhill. And that was his stag. Was it his stag do, wasn't it?
Yeah, he tried to poke himself.
Yeah, with it. So,
yeah, I know where this is going.
So at some point, right, we're going to have Roger on here, hopefully, if he's up for it, to talk Knockhill. But a little background to the story is that Roger used to be a piercer, and he pierced me and numerous other bits and bobs. But he used to be into what they call it, suspension, where you
the
basically
hanging.
get the meat hooks and through his chest. And I'm pretty sure he was like, he was one of the only people in the country at the time been suspended by one meat hook from his back.
Roger's a fucking bad man, but I was just talking to today, funny enough. A super nice guy, but a bad man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy, another, like you say, an absolute diamond, but who's Fruit Loop in so many ways is brilliant. But yeah, Clive tried to put one of those meat hooks through his belly area, like, you know, like you can pinch an inch or so.
In the meat.
That's it. And he got it about halfway through, didn't he? And all of a sudden, just boom.
The count, yeah.
Smashed up with it. It's like the Candyman's done half a job and just left.
The instructor course down at Ride Hill, Surrey, and he off that can at Arrows.
What? I don't remember this one.
I went down to do my instructor course. This is like 2007, I guess, that year. Been sent down. That's where I met Slogs.
Yeah, that's where we met for the first time. I remember that.
And yeah, sorry, Marvin wants to talk. But, yes, we met down there, and we were having a drink. Like, we all stayed in the cabin, like a few of us. And
Mark's doing sign language at the bottom for anyone interested.
And this Arrows turns around asking for a beer off Clive. Clive's like, "You have a beer, mate." And no, as Arrows turned around on his balance board and looked back, thinking might be one, it was already in the air. And Clive just launched at him on purpose. But he just chinned him and split his chin open, knocked him off the balance board. Me and Slob that, oh, damn! Like, didn't really know what to do. But yeah.
I think I don't know whether we can. Oh fuck it, we can talk about this. Maybe it'll make the dirt famous. But I think it is most. We'll skip on from Clive's stories in a minute. But there's so many. They're so fucking good. But surely the most famous one has to be wonderful ex-mountainboarders now on your screens every Saturday, or was on your screens every Saturday night on Strictly Come Dancing, AJ and Curtis Pritchard.
Oh my God, yeah.
Now, I thought it was a Nerf ball. You know, those whistling Nerf balls?
No, it was Clive's knee.
Oh, he kneed him.
Clive nearly got into a lot of trouble. That boy followed him, ranting at him, and Clive just turned round and met him with his knee and his bollocks at the door of the office and dropped this 10-year-old lad. And his family turned up and all this stuff, man. But like, he's claimed to fame, he need that AJ Pritchard, where his name is, in the balls, man. Yeah, those two little buggers. Claim to fame for them. The other one, whatever his name is AJ, and the other one,
AJ and Curtis. Yeah,
Sam.
I was hitting the second kicker. You were there, Dan, for this. I was hitting the second kicker at the bowl, jumped up, did a front side shifty, and that little bugger threw a Nerf ball in my bollocks. I threw this guy onto my face, and then chased him, but he was too nimble and quick. He evaded my grasp, but still, little bastard.
Because we used to tape up the hose on the Nerf, didn't we, with a bit of tape, so they were silent, so you could start nailing people in the head with them.
Yeah, that was always the noise at a Mountainboard comp. Everyone would fear. You just see this. Like, where is it?
But we had to use those because they already banned those bloody catapult things.
Yeah, altogether that was.
Joe Jones banned himself from using.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was absolutely savage.
Wasn't it just? Who was it he hit?
It was Paul Turner, wasn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, he had a massive eye, didn't he?
Yeah. Launched it from the side of the stage and just hit him in the eye. And he'd already broken his collarbone at the time, so he was there with a broken hand up to save himself. It's his eye socket.
Them were the days. There was a period
that was Joe Jones and Steve Burbank that launched that, and they were the ones the next day that had to give everyone a bollocking for doing the wild slings.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was all right all the time. One person was doing it by themselves because you could only get so much power. But like you say, when you got three fully grown blokes,
HBA chairmans
Yeah.
God.
Oh man, they were so good. So good. I've completely lost where we were on this now. We were talking about Clive. We're going to come off of Clive and we'll come off of these.
You know,
But yeah.
People that were good for the park.
Topic of Clive. We could do it. We could do our own other episode just about Clive stories.
Clive's top 10.
You actually said that you see him recently.
Yeah, I've seen him previously, man. The guy had like 2 heart attacks in about a month, but now he's okay and he's living with a lovely lady and his life's pretty good. So he's doing all right. Like
I see he's back down Hereford way now, isn't he?
he is, yeah. Back to his motherland anyway, yeah.
And your motherland and all, Sam.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
All
Sam.
the All the best from down there.
You got yourself an easy rider there? I said, have you got a cider? And I'm not sure what Mark said.
No, I'm on the lagers, like outside of Hereford, no.
You don't get no Stalford Press up there in Nottingham.
Not anything any good.
No. And well, while we're on the subject of where we're all from, where Burton on Trent, where about that? Is that near Nottingham?
Oh yeah,
Trent
that's there's sort of not far from Stoke as well. It's between Derby and Birmingham. Lichfield is about the only that's classed as a city, but it's just got a cathedral. So, but they're all little small villages in between sort of Derby and Birmingham. So one of my locals was like out to grass and yeah, Hale's Super Bowl back in the day. But yeah, I grew up with Andy Dumelow as well in the Midlands. So it was him that got me into mountain boarding, which would have been sort of like 2003, 2005, something like that. And yeah, he went off to uni down to Bristol or something and came back with it. So we'd already had a go, but he kind of came back with a passion. There was other people doing it down there, the likes of like Simon Neck and stuff. And yeah, really got into it from there, man. Yeah.
Did you get involved with the team neat stuff then? Because I know Dumelow was quite prevalent in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was part of Team Neat as well. Whenever that started and continues to be, but yeah, with Scott and Cheb and everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good team as well to ride with. That a lot of time spent sort of around Newcastle and riding with them guys, as much as them coming sort of to the sort of few spots we had in the Midlands as well.
Fair enough. And so you'd have been going riding at Harthill, met Mark down there.
Probably briefly met Mark in like 2000 and I reckon about 07 or 08 I'd come to the park a couple of times. Sort of we realized we could get there in about 30 minutes in a fast mini, and so we used to do it quite a bit, like every weekend. So we used to ram a couple of mountain boards in the back of there, and then just hit the board across in the freestyle quite a bit. And yeah, it wasn't, I can't think what comp it would have been, but it would have been when Shy Funk would have been playing a gig probably at Hale Super Bowl, and that's when I started to sort of meet Mark and
this crab human crab figure that started walking sideways with his hand doing this. The microphone hand just suddenly appeared like this strange. I
was like Zoidberg, just whoop, 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 and I just enter from the side, grab a microphone.
And Barbarian did.
Yeah.
But no, man, that was it. But like, to be honest, me and Nash have got like we ended up like hanging out a lot more when I moved to Yorkshire initially, and then from there that's how we got to like know each other more. So it wasn't really through boarding; it was more like living near each other, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Which must have been like 2016 or something, 2017.
Yeah. And then 2017, he kept strimming everything, and I was like, this guy likes strimming. Let's get him involved in the park. That's one of the main quintessential skills. He's standing right now. You're going to get to strim for fucking hours and not complain about it. Nash had that in him, so he got the job.
That was pretty much how the CV worked. Yeah. Can this man cut grass? Yes. Does he complain? No.
He was a dab hand at media and stuff as well, and that always helps.
Yeah. And about that sort of time as well. Maybe 2015. I was starting the UK Mountainboarding Instagram page, which was just a great way of sort of trying to give a bit of a boost to mountainboarding that it needed.
Boom, up on the screen at UK Mountainboarding. Go
Bam.
follow that shit.
Go follow that. Yeah, just as a way of getting it seen on other social media. It sucks that you're on like Instagram and I can see a million amazing clips of skateboarders and BMXers and mountain bikers and wherever it is, and there's not one of a mountain boarder. So yeah, I think I'd like to say I started that trend, but we'll see. History will tell.
There's been a few others out there now, aren't there?
There is,
Mountainboard Archives.
Yes, they're great. They are.
I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's American.
I've guessed a couple of times, but he won't tell me.
And there was it mountainboarding in tiny boxes.
Yeah,
that went for a little while. I know who that is.
Yeah.
I think he needs to put a bit more effort into that one.
Yeah,
come on, man. Put some time into that shit.
Yeah.
Probably put more time into the name of it, but yeah. What does that even mean? I'm sorry. Mountainboard in tiny boxes?
Well, because it's on Instagram, isn't it? You look on the page and it's all in little
tiny
boxes.
That was too quick. I went straight over my head.
That's all right. I'll ask you in a minute why you called your podcast at Shed Sessions.
I can't think of that one.
We did it in a shed.
But yeah, and there's only one other one that I was going to mention. There was that, and this is another one that I wish had kept going for a bit.
Yeah.
Was at Mountainboard Memes. Now I don't know who that was, but that ran for a couple of months and was brilliant.
That should have continued.
Shot of Neil Kimmon's like nearly eating shit, like literally about like a tooth away from eating shit. Something it can't be that bad or something like that. It was good.
Oh, a penny.
Yeah, it was a penny. Yeah.
But yeah, boys, if you're watching, listening, get them back up and running. Give us some more bloody content. Everybody loves the content, don't they?
That's it. Yeah, it just creates more of it. There needs to be more people seeing it. The problem with mountainboarding is we hide in the woods all the time, and that is not a place to be seen by the general public. So
I beg to differ. I go down the same place in the woods every Thursday evening at about 8 o'clock. I go down there in my car. Yeah, there's always cars. Yeah, very misty windows and lots of squeaking cars.
Sam tells me about
still hand out flyers. You know what I mean? You could fly a mountain board and you could pretend you're mountain boarding while you're fucking. Yeah.
They're definitely mountain boarders though, because it's all steamed up with all their sweaty pads in there.
It has to be, and the smell.
Yeah.
It's raining. It happens when it's raining. It gets steamy. It gets misty.
Shout out to the North Coast Cornwall Doggers Society.
Based in Roach, aren't they?
Yeah.
The A41 Broxton roundabout, massive.
Was he massive?
Oh man. So yeah, we digress yet again. We were talking about the Instagrammage as such, and whilst we're on Instagrammage, I noticed on Facebook today, and I'm assuming as of today, potentially the Instagram name will be changing as well, to Mark Hale's mobile mountain board centre. Talk us through this, Mark.
Hale's board in mind, but I mean, like, for want of a better name right now, it's just quickly getting changed to start to capitalise on the amount of people that are built up on that page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely.
To the original names that they'll actually allow it Facebook, because they're real weird on the name changes. They like make you ask to change your business name and then decide if you're allowed to change your own business name. It's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah. Well, I'm stuck now with that Dan Mountains. I tried to change my name the other day because it now comes up as a nickname. It's like Dan Mountains Watson. Then it comes up as a nickname on my profile as Mountains. I'm like, well, why the fuck's it in there? And I can't change.
More
obviously you wouldn't
importantly,
change your name.
what were you going to change it to?
Well, I was just going to
You're going to
Dan
take the
Background.
mountains out because it's already on the page
Mountains.
anyway. Yeah.
take the Dan and the Watson out.
It doesn't-
Dan Mountain Fountains. It sounds good.
Yeah. Then Mountain Railway, Watson. Mountain
It's not a
Dew.
bad name to be stuck with. Mountains. I fucking hate my name. Mountains. That to me envisages this powerful masculine physique that just like when like the sun's not shining, you walk along the land and stop people into dust. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, for those who are
It could
listening,
be worse. It could be
on this
pothole or
podcast.
pavement or something.
for those who are listening
Pothole
on
Watson.
on audio, I'm 6'5", I weigh about 16 stone, and I pump iron down the gym every day. For those who are watching on YouTube and can see my real physique, I'm a little man.
The camera adds £10. No, takes away £10.
Takes away £10. Christ, there's not going to be much of me left. This racing snake physique don't keep itself, you know.
No, that'd be a tapeworm that does that.
Yeah. Why is scratching my asshole? So Sam, tell us, how are the boys up Tramper?
Yeah, they're all good. They're all good.
Yeah.
Still out riding most nights. Yeah. What can be said? Working on new bits and bobs, new projects, new stuff for pissing around in the car park.
Mate, that
The
new
faff.
go-kart looks amazing.
That's going to be
I
good.
love
That
the subtle.
Well, the thing with the go-kart that we're doing, we put one motor on it and we thought, fucking hell, this is way too fast. So obviously we're going to have to put a second motor on it. So we're doing that. And, we'll go from there, really.
Awesome.
The
I'm
car
assuming it
park
is going to be a lot
smaller-
quicker.
Smaller the
Campers
faster.
plan
and
the
faster.
day to day. Their business plan is day to day. I swear to God. By the next day,
I mean,
I will
minute
ship
to
to
minute.
reports.
Minute to minute.
But so,
Yeah.
an additional motor on there
Yeah.
is
Yeah, just in case, yeah.
is it
Just
staying
in case.
cool?
For safety.
Your vests are staying cool, everything.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping it'll relieve a bit of pressure on the single vest by having two motors.
Right, you just running like an
Rather than having
HD60.
it all in the one, we'll have two. So hopefully it'll go faster for longer, which is what we all want, isn't it?
And that.
Yeah.
That's what my wife
Circles
wants.
as well.
Eh?
I'm just making a poor joke on one motor going round in circles, mate. You had to. It'll go straight with it.
Yeah,
So Sam, tell us, like, because I haven't known you that long, like, not personally anyway. So tell us about your mountain boarding history. I'd say career, but we'll go history because it
yeah.
sounds
it's
a bit less
definitely-
poncy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I started riding maybe 20 years ago. I think it's
How old are
20
you-
years ago. in this
How old
next-
are you now?
32.
Right. Okay.
I started when I was 12 down at Court Farm in Herefordshire. Went there.
With Tom Rees. Was Tom
Yeah.
Rees the same age?
James Wanklin, Ben Wanklin, Kynan Goggin. all
So a
that.
fucking heavy crew then.
Yeah, well, it's a heavy hill down there.
Yeah.
Red Cup Children, that place, mate. It took names. I swear to God. The cuts you get a Court Farm, you'd have for the next year. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, rode there most days really throughout my teenage years. Started going to events. Started going to Europe, going to events in Europe. Hooked up with Tramper. Here I am, really.
So has that been completely through then? You've never taken a break?
No. that never stopped, never had a sabbatical. But this is officially my sabbatical. I reckon this year. This is what I'm calling it. Even though I'm riding mountainboarding for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. Not riding as much.
Why is that? Why is that?
That's too much mountainboard related shit all the time.
Relate to that, mate. Definitely relate to that.
But I don't know. Surely the ability to ride is the one thing that you should keep doing. Come on,
one can know
with the electrics as well.
I mean, I still ride them, just not quite to the obsessive amount that I've been for the past 20 years. I didn't even have a pube when I started riding. Like, I've got hair coming out.
Now you got a fucking great moustache.
I can't even remember pre-mountain board. I don't know what I did.
So what was your first mountain board you had?
That was it was an MBS cricket. So basically, it was one of the really old wooden MBSs, but the springs were maybe, 5 mil apart. So if you went above 6 miles an hour, you'd have the most savage speed wobble. And, I used to ride that like in Cork Farm for maybe like 2 years.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's where I caused most of my head injuries, which is probably why I'm still here. Got a good board and find out, my board is actually better than I thought. I thought it was really good before. Here we are.
I was going to say, you always did all right back in the day from memory. Yeah, you had a good flip on you back in the day.
Yeah. I was definitely very flip based. Either one type of flip or another. Maybe three.
Best rodeos, some of the best rodeos in the game. Swear to God. White hair in that, banging, absolutely banging.
Yeah. Insert rodeo here.
Yeah, and Sam's face appears. That's what happens.
Well, I was just about to say, whilst we're talking about flippage and Sam, congratulations on possibly the most high profile blank of a high five in Mountainboard history.
Yeah, big up that. Like,
he's still almost every day. He's still wounded now. I mean,
national TV.
3.5 years on. I mean,
brilliant.
It was on ITV, yeah. 6 o'clock news.
He still suffers from PTSD as well. Like, you go give him a high five now, he doesn't trust you. He won't do it.
I have given him one since.
Yeah.
To try and bring him back around, but
just so you can fool him again.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So if ever we're on telly again, wait for it. It was Eamon's fault, that was. There wasn't any high five planned, but as soon as it went live on the telly, Eamon lifts up his hand. For some reason, Sonny went, could have been his. He could have just left Eamon there.
What you're saying is, Sam, this wasn't in the plan. You planned this all out. The high five was not in the plan. It's not your fault.
So I was like, it's not in the plan. I'm not doing that. And he said to me something that's not allowed on the 6 o'clock news at the time. He's like,
that's amazing. You're forever my hero, Sam. You've always been my hero, but that just made it even more confirmed, mate. Just killer.
It was the little look as well. It's the recognition. Yeah, I'm not high fiving you. I'm not. I'm just going to leave it.
I'm still not doing it.
Yeah.
You see what I saw, man? It would be so much funnier as well.
Ironically, Sam gets a permanent high five for life on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, and that was after a first backflip on. So who was the first one of you boys to actually land it to on that day. Was that the first one, or had you already done them?
Yeah. As it was on the footage, as how it happened. Eamon went first, then Sonny had a go, then I had a go.
Yeah.
It turns out backflipping in e-boards is even easier than backflipping in normal mountainboards.
I don't
Because
say that.
as soon as you lean back, it just does it for you.
The
It's
weight,
like
the momentum, isn't it? The weight takes it round.
Yeah.
I know loads of things about flipping.
Yeah. When you flip the Sabutio, they always land on your feet. It's basically, that's what flipping an e-board is. You are basically Sabutio.
You are the buttered side of toast.
Back on their feet.
Those are the words or those things you punch and they come back up again. Just whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
can't knock it down, like. So yeah, it's impossible to stack on an e-board. So trampleboards.com.
No one's ever died.
No.
Yet, yes.
That we know.
I still wonder if any e-boarders, outside of our mountain board fraternity as such, watch this. But maybe we'll tell them all e-boards perfect for doing backflips. We'll see if in the next month or so.
Yeah.
That's straps or no straps as well.
Yeah, straps are nice. You're best off doing.
Better.
Whereas a mountain board, when you first start, a normal mountain board is guaranteed front flip roly polies to face. You know what I mean? It's guaranteed landed back flips and lecture board. You go old school, you landed on your face, son.
You got to earn them.
You haven't earned those stripes, mate. And take those arms, take those cuts that go from there to there.
Yeah.
And then you just pick them off on an aeroplane going abroad, and everyone's looking at you, you're a weirdo because you might like look one every now and again.
Put long forearm scabs. Oh,
Brutal.
I've not had a good one like that.
That is the difference between mountain boarders and most other people, to be honest. But it's the way you can fall on your head and get a graze from literally the crown on top of your head to your heel and be like, oh, let's go mountain boarding again.
Do you remember Josh Grantham? Josh Grantham had a race with me, and I slid out before the finish line, and he crashed in the back of me, and we both kind of went over the finish line, rolling together, sort of thing. And his leg in the morning, it looked like he was like UFC. I swear to God, like Uriah Faber shit. His leg was just blue from the bottom to the top. Absolutely, he couldn't sleep that night. It was the night with all the Zimbabweans, and we had the
God,
the Nigerians. Sorry, the Nigerians.
Oh, really? The Nigerian incident?
Mate, he was hopping like those Nigerians around that fire that evening, man. I swear to God, like, he was everywhere. And his leg was blue as fuck. Absolutely brutal. Some of the things mountain does to is just appalling.
I wasn't there for the Nigerian night. I've heard about it. Regurgitate it for us. What?
Man, right. So this is my perceived mental capacity to store dates and stuff. Yeah. So I'm just like, writing it down. I've got it in here. It's all up here. Don't worry about a thing. So I had this like Nigerian family approach me and say they wanted to like book the park for a weekend to vote in. Like they used to live in Nigeria, and they'd have like a village dance each year to vote in the new tribal leader or whatever. Yeah. So they wanted to come do that at our place. It was like nice, picturesque, as you know, right? And I was like, yeah, sound not a problem. We'll have you all over here. And I was told it was like families and stuff coming over. They'd be over there like afternoon till the evening, and then they'd go. But then as I'm doing a mountain board competition, and all the Europeans are over, like I had like Antoine and all those lot as well. It was like proper like the biggest comp we've probably ever done mountain board wise, full stop. I get the phone call and saying, sorry, we were doing like full hip hop night as well at this point in time. Everyone's rapping in there, doing all this like full set list sort of thing. And I get a phone call saying, hello, Mark, we're in the car park. And I was like, who is this? And I was like, oh shit, it's the same weekend, isn't it? And I went up there and it was just like mega bus, massive bus in the car park with like 80 Nigerian bloody blokies, just blokes on it, right? So I've been so families and whatnot. It was 10 o'clock at night, 10:30, I think, at this point in time. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, all right, just let it happen. So they all get into their ceremonial gear and dance down the side of the park, like doing all this drumming and humming.
While the
neighbours
whole
are
comp's
coming out.
happening, don't forget, like, there's a set going on, there's drum and
No one
bass
has a
and
clue.
hip hop going, there's parties.
All of a sudden, everyone thought I'd done it for him. I was like, "You put this on, Mark." I'm like,
You speak to Mark, Mark's like, don't speak to any of them. Do not get involved. Do not look at them dance. Like,
you weren't allowed to watch them or anything, man. So all the neighbours are running out, and some of my neighbours revealed themselves to be rather racist that evening. You know, I found out.
yeah, it was a
They all
soon
come
found out.
outside and shouting about stuff. I was like, whatever, there's 80 massive Nigerian men. You go tell them to stop. You know what I mean? All danced round up the hill and spent the night till 4 a.m. dancing around this fire, like bloodletting and stuff, which I didn't really know was going to be happening either.
A few carcasses of the chickens in the morning.
To be honest, I definitely didn't know about it because I would have said no. But yeah, I was around this fire doing this like whatever, and about 4 or 5 in the morning, they ceased the drums. Like, but it turns out these drums have been bouncing off the cliff behind into all our neighbours' houses. So about 10 a.m., I get woken up by the fact that the neighbours have driven away and blocked the gate on the way out, and they're like waiting for the police or some stuff to get there. So I go up there, and these Nigerians are like, "Mark, you want us to pick up and move car?" I was like, no. That'll just exacerbate things. Leave it where it is. Like, unfortunately, this woman drove off anyway, and then that was the Nigerian. Like, my mate Stu, obviously Mr. Wong, the best thing goes, I woke up in the morning, hungover as hell, looking out at Roger Swannell going past an electric mountain board, and a load of these Nigerians dressed in regalia eating bacon from a barbecue. It was the weirdest thing I think I've ever seen. Like,
I mean, many a morning is strange, like on a Sunday morning from a mountain board comp, when you're hungover, heading towards the toilet, some Portaloo, wherever it might be. But to be met by a Nigerian with, like, you know, just one single little loincloth on, and just like, morning, like, it's just not what you expect. It really isn't. Like,
you will never see these things anywhere else ever again. Mountainboard comp with a hip hop event going on with 80 Nigerians dancing around the Lion King fire, like doing the Kuna Matata. And I look up, mate, at this point, I was like, shit, I'm buggered when this was all going on. About 12:30, I was like, I'm going to the estate. They're kicking me out of this site. I'm absolutely screwed. Antoine and 2 of the other French lads, Hugh, I think it was, and another lad, got into these sumo suits that we have at the park for the sumo ring, and started to dance a traditional French dance and singing all the same words and matching all their dance moves to me, whilst all that crap's gone on in the background and the hip hop night's going behind me. It was the craziest, absolutely craziest night of my life that I'll remember forever. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of repercussions, I went to the estate offices, called in on the Monday after that comp, walked in, all the receptionists are giggling. I go upstairs to meet the main guy in the big castle, like, I walk in, there's always people sat around the table, they're laughing their heads off, and I was like, what's going on here? I thought I was in proper shit, like, and this is like, these are a 300-year-old estate or some shit of like posh motherfucker. Mr. Burns is always sat there doing this stuff. Sort of thing. Walk in, and then I go, Mark, we decided to call it when we're referring to it as the Nigerian incident. What actually happened there? And like, that was it, and I was all right. They thought it was hilarious, so I got away with it. Like,
turns out if it's like a religious ceremony, you can have like there's no sound license you need, or like
I literally researched everything when I found I was getting into trouble, and I was like, I found this loophole. It was like, religious ceremony, don't need any permission, nothing. I walked in with that as my shield, like, and it was all good.
Did you even need to use it in the end?
No, they just laughed. I think it was like, oh, he's helping the natives, so it's fine. You know what I mean?
You know.
The bounty. We've eaten too many turtles.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, crazy shit.
And unfortunately, those same hoity-toity people up there now, the rich set, the millionaires, have seen fit to put an end to Harthill.
It's the daughter, man. Like, when I first got involved myself, the estate were like a family business where you knew everyone, you were invited to all the estate parties. Mr. Barber was a legend. He used to let us longboard down the main road from the castle down to the electric gates at the bottom. Like, then his wife took over, got a bit more stringent. and she got bored of it. And then the daughter came in, and she was in her 20s and just loved horses and spent all the money on horses. So they've now been forced to sell. So it's all been sold to Barclays Bank pretty much, apart from the right to do events. Even the castle I used to go into for the meetings is now going to be a hotel. So the whole estate's flipping. We were like the last bastion of any normal business on there. And that's 300 businesses. 300 businesses. I think 10 businesses have survived, and that's it.
Shit the bed. But the change in face. I mean, that there's a pub down the road. I remember speaking
Sandstone.
That's it. And I think I remember it being a dive, if it was even open when I was up there.
The Sandstone was the heart and soul of that community, mate, when I was there. Like,
right. I've got a feeling it was open, but it was just a normal pub, but has now been taken over again and turned into some fancy gastro. Is that right?
No, they're turning it into a business suite with like sort of your like continental, like Frenchy sort of bar downstairs, because that's the way that whole area is going, man. It's just kind of pretentious, to be fair. Like,
everything's got a bit twee, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. If you spoke to me, Nash, Sam, any one of our lot, the thing we disagree with fundamentally as Mountainboarders and people is this elite separation between the percentage of people with money and without money. And we were serving those people. So in a way, there's like a mild justification for like, I'm feeding these pheasants at my gate on my door because I love them. And then within the next month, I'm hearing them all getting shot, sort of thing. And like, not to preach like happy, proud vegetarian or whatever, man. I love my animals and stuff. And it's just like, why are we even supporting this? It's almost like not mountainboarding in its essence, in a way. If not to get too deep, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I suppose they were gracious enough to give us the crack of the land to utilize in our own individual way. But unfortunately, it's what's the word? It's not an ethical landowner.
No, man. I mean, if you speak to, like, we had pheasant people, didn't we, Nash, man, coming on site like 4 in the morning.
Just people in a pickup truck, innit, just trying to just barge on site with a load of guns in the back of it. It felt like you're like, you know, south, like right in South of America somewhere today. You know what I mean? Like, we're coming here, shoot your pigs. You're like, it's ridiculous. They just like invite themselves on the land, like.
A bunch of kids on site, and they're trying all the competition, and the estate were trying. It's basically a way to push us off in the end, as you realise now. But we're saying we have to have immediate access at all times to your site for the pheasants. So even if you've got something going on, we can come on and stop everybody, put our dogs onto your site, and come across it with guns or whatever to move all these things on. And we had no say in it. It was just another way to just force the peasantry into submission, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. It is what it is at the end of the day. I think like it was a beautiful experience, but as you get older and realise the mechanisms and stuff, it's not as beautiful as what it seemed. Like I might a blissful period of not knowing what was outside this bubble. But as soon as you realise,
you had a fucking good run though up there.
Yeah, one of the longest, man. Did all right, mate. And it was due to like obviously a lot of hard work on my family's part, but then getting the right people involved towards the end as well, because I could not have done it. You know what I mean? That was what gave longevity. Definitely was the people and the family created, I guess, through it all the time. Yeah.
I mean, big shout out to Ian as well, Ian Cooper, man.
Big Ian Cooper, man, always.
He needs a mention. He needs a massive mention because he was there for a long while and he's done a lot of work. And
he was there.
I think his day off was because he went snowboarding selfishly, and he had an operation as well, did he?
Yeah.
He had a hernia.
That was selfish of him because, to be fair, the operation was on the Saturday and he normally comes on Sunday.
Yeah. So we did have to have a word with him about that. But other than that, he's been great, Ian. Yeah.
First disciplinary in like 20 years, but when I took the place over, I've been riding with him for a little bit, and he turned around to me on the first day we took it over. He goes, "Do you want some help?" And this is 2007. And I was like, "Yeah, mate." He goes, "I'll be here every Sunday." And he was there every single Sunday, as like Nash jokingly says, unless he messaged me and goes, "Sorry, can't make it." Like, dude, you're a volunteer. We love you, mate, but you don't have to give me like Ian's like been like the father. big shout out for Ian Cooper there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
even back in the day with when I was there, he was the cornerstone of that park with regularity. Always had Stoke, always there to help. You know, at the drop of a hat. He was just super nice guy.
And also built like a cornerstone. He could hold up. He's like Hercules, his son.
Yeah.
Man is like a man mountain with a full head of hair still and everything, kicking it at like what 68 now, I think it is. He still goes climbing, boarding, all this stuff, man. Yeah.
Oh, good lad. Good lad. Well, gents, look, we're coming up to an hour in. And as you know, with this, we only run for about an hour and a half. So what I'm going to do is
Hang up on you.
Yeah, just hang up on yourself now. No, what we're going to do is we're going to bang on with some followers' questions. They always take up a good bit of time. We've got 3 lots of answers, potentially 4 if
I quite like this section because I don't know what's coming with this either. He keeps it secret from me.
I never know what is on Slogs' 10 set. So right. So we've got, how many have we got here? 1, 2. Oh, we've got 3 questions here, and we were supposed to have 4. But Reece Crilly hasn't got back to me. He sent me a message this afternoon saying, "Oh, am I too late again?" Because he did a video. I'll show you Reece Crilly's video. But
Fair weather border, man. He's making excuses to pretend he's interested.
This is
unbelievable.
This came through half an hour after we stopped recording with the Coney Karma, and you got to have a look at the background. This is hero worship here.
He's just name dropping, isn't he? A Coney Karma.
I got a question for the main man himself. Firstly, what was it like being a part of a big Disney production like Johnny Capahala? And secondly, I guess a bit more of a tricky question. Why do you think mountain boarding didn't quite take off in the way that many of us that were around in the early 2000s?
Well, that's enough of you, Reece.
To be fair, they can answer the second part of that question.
Well, they could do.
What am I getting is that you wanted to answer that. Being involved with Johnny Capahala was great. It's little like a Chinese looking white boy. It was just in the background. That was me. I was watching all the 720s and rails in a race. Rail. I asked you. Neck break.
I've actually got 2 T-shirts that were used on that film upstairs in my Mountainboard T-shirt museum.
I know he's a lover of the Mountainboard T-shirts.
You need an episode just on Sam's T-shirts. Everyone.
Sam's wardrobe. I want to see that.
Mountainboard brand you haven't even heard of.
Some of my rarities have gone, but I am quite proud of my Mountainboard
hoodies. Anyone got any Hill 62 tees or hoodies?
I've not got any of them.
They had the big pink motif on them, didn't they?
I had a real nice one. I lost it. I used to love, the pink on black.
I met Sam.
I had one. I don't know where that's gone.
I bet Sam's got one.
I think
Sam's got 2. One with Slogs written in the back of it, and one with Mark Hale.
What about So Soiled Crew, Sam?
Yeah, like a vest, I think.
Have you got ISBN Army?
I don't think so.
Oh, Dan will get you one of them. He's probably got a couple of them loitering around.
Get him out.
Have you got any swapsies?
Probably.
Right. You let me know your swapsies, and I'll if you've got one that I haven't got, I'll drop you an ISBN one.
What's the shiny we swap to?
Yeah. Got a shiny holographic on the front. It's worth
Where's the second question on that Johnny Capahala, on Reece Capahala? What's that second question on Reece Capahala?
Why did
Mountainboard taken off as they thought it would?
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, bloody hell. Let me put it to Sam first. Sam, what do you reckon?
I mean, There's probably quite a few reasons, really. It's pretty dangerous.
Got a bulk up hills.
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not the one to be asking.
I know, I'm just joking. I'm just trying to put you under pressure, mate.
Sam, answer this question for me.
I mean,
serious note, like, I think with everything, it's like use awful metaphors, but like to build a strong house, you need a strong foundation. And there wasn't a strong foundation. I just think it was like, there was a lot of things sent out. You had like that ATB mag and Scuzz and everything, which was fucking cool as fuck, to get me wrong. When I bought an ATB mag in WH Smith, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
WH Smith, that was like real retail. That wasn't go to a Mountainboard centre and get a second-hand copy of something shit. It was actually there, like.
That feels mainstream, doesn't it?
Properly. That's why we got into it, for fuck's sake. That's in there a bit longer. More people get into it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't sustainable because that J guy apparently was off his fucking rocker and spent like lots of money on it. Rider Hill, pretty similar. Rider Hill got their money from the Prince's Trust and got like 50 centres, whatever the hell it was, rather than focus on like 3. That was me. You get that money, you do 1 north, 1 middle, 1 south, don't you? And try and push those things. You don't get like 18 of them all around the country and mismanage and half run the things. Like, as I say, as a failed Mountainboard centre owner, I'm not. I'm just into the converted, but I'm just trying to use it. You know what I'm saying? But I think there's definitely a few factors in it, man. I mean, like, I know from experience when I started to get more involved in the ATBA side of things, from having the park, the Red Bull sponsorship for the whole series, that there was at some point, and this is after Burbeck's time, so I'm just going to exonerate Burbeck from this because I thought he was the best chairman that's ever been, and him leaving also, I think, is part of what went on. But the Red Bull stuff that was like pushing us. You remember like Rennie Miles doing those big 360s at the edge and all that shit? That was iconic, man. And like, again, Fat Face Night Air as well, yeah? Fat Face Night Air was huge, wasn't it, yeah? Both those things, there was never anything sent back to them. It's like Fat Face had a couple of things, kind of edits initially, but then whoever made the edits stopped making the edits. The same as well for Red Bull. All Red Bull stuff, and this is talking to the people myself through the park, they had all the flags and all the shit and all the bumps they'd sent, all just left in a muddy field at the edge, and then nothing actually given back to them, and then no proof that their advertising was working either, like no edits going back. And it's crazy, man, because you think about timing. If Eamon Shaw had been around then, it would have been a completely different fucking story, because we'd have been pushed to the next thing. And let's go on back, man. Tom Kirkman doing backflips in the racing at the edge and stuff like that. Like, that's when this sport was bumping. The edge where Alex Downey is actually competing with Tom Kirkman and everything, yeah? Like, AJ Lawson doing that, trying that 1080 and landing that 900 at the edge. These were like the flagship parks, and there was nothing given back to the actual sponsors or anything, man. They just lost interest and went. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. Like, shoot me down. People probably have a go at me because everyone likes to have a go at me because apparently I mouth people, whatever.
When you work at most successful sports, they've got a really good standard at the top and a really good standard right at the bottom. Say mountain biking. Look at the standard of the top mountain bikers and top mountain bike events. It's unbelievable. You watch them in the desert in Utah and whatnot. And then right at the bottom edge, there's like, well, even in Belper, there's a few little mountain bike trails, and you can go to Halfords and buy a mountain bike for £100 if you're a kid. And you can ride that, and you can look up to these people on Red Bull TV and whatnot, and be like, yeah, I want to do that. Mountainboarding, it started to get that thing at the top and started to get the thing at the bottom. But it didn't really have enough to fill that middle section of day-to-day riders like mountain biking has. So you
like
get
electric boards,
riders, your enthusiasts and whatnot, all in that middle section because the top's so good and the bottom is so accessible. No, we've got a very unaccessible bottom range of mountain boarding because all you can do is go on eBay and buy a board and go to Bugs in Gloucestershire. And then the top end is it's just fucking Matt Brind, isn't it? He's not going to inspire anyone.
Hey, this would not be an episode of The Dirt if Matt Bryn didn't get run through the dirt at some point.
Oh, I love that boy. That boy's like he definitely helped out at our park big time over the years. Like he's a legend, but he's very easy cannon fodder. Like, yeah.
Well, this is it. This is it. You wouldn't do it unless you like him. Do you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. It's
the 3/4 trousers on that.
Yeah.
BFC episode reminded me. I was like, damn, 3/4 length trousers.
He also likes a hug as well.
To the fucking park. BBC are at the park and the kid wears 3/4 length trousers. Never be forgiven. He should be hung up by those fucking 3/4 lengths.
Listen, gents, I'm going to steer it away from Matt Brind again because I have to every time. Because the Matt Brind stories just go on. They're almost as prevalent as the Clive story.
I love that lad. He's helped us a hell of a lot. That's what I'm just saying. That Matt, if you're listening, if you're watching, I love you, boy.
Yeah,
he listens to everyone.
Shout out to the boy. If we got air horns going on, get one of them on.
Matt Brind whistle.
If you see Matt Brind on the hill, give him a hug. He loves it.
Yeah. Lick his neck as well.
Right. Next question. This is a good one. I really like this one when I saw this, but there's no video. I don't know why I'm standing up. There's no more videos. Reese Crilly's from last week's Coney's is the only video that we've got. So you're gonna have to put up with me saying them. So Simon Harwood.
Harwood. It's Harwood. I've known that lad since I was 14 years old. Yeah.
There you go. Has correctly guessed the park and said his question would be: the zombie apocalypse has hit Harthill. You're trapped in the lockup and the horde is coming. Your only chance of survival is grabbing a weapon from the lockup and sacrificing one of the old pad boys to make your escape. The question is, the question is a two-parter. First part is, what is your weapon of choice? And the second part is, which pad boy do you push to the horde?
Easy.
And then he's put as a second little bit on it. I'm pretty sure Clive would sacrifice them all, so you have to make a quick decision.
I'll go for a no snow and Robbie.
No snow and Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie was definitely my sacrificial pad boy because he would just fight the fuckers off and give you.
Anyway, I wouldn't need to use the no snow.
Yeah. Robbie just use his ginormous head and it'll be fucking dead. Like it'll be fine. I've got to say, every mountain board centre owner has to know his way around a fucking spade. I can dig dumps, I can murder, I can cut grass, nettles, thorns, I can climb trees with that shit. I'm taking my spade out and I'm pushing AJ and Curtis into those oncoming masses. He can pirouette his way into a zombie's mouth.
On ITV live.
Most views they've ever got, those two sad bastards. Yeah, sorry, carry on. Yeah.
Sam, your weapon and pad boy of choice.
Well, I go for Rusty Spade because
Rusty Spade.
Rusty, innit? Have you seen how smooth his dirt work is? And Pierce, because I think he'd be all right. I think he's all, isn't he? It's like Pierce, he'd be signed out there. Like he'd probably bring him back in for something.
You've seen Piers at his comp, haven't you? Yeah, I've seen Piers at his comp, mate. That was the whole last competition. It was, yeah. I'll go no further than that. But those who know,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Did you see Piers at the last competition?
I've seen you've seen Piers.
No. All right.
No. Moving on.
Oh, I lied. We have got another video. I saved that. We've got another 2 videos from one person, but we'll save that for last because they're pretty good. The second one, this one comes from James Wanklin, and he is saying,
Taught him how to do 360s.
there we go, wait for it.
No, just saying. He's way better than me.
Well, it could well come to, that could be part of your answer here, Mark. My question would be to all of you, apart from Mark Hale's now legendary wizard pick, what's your favourite trick you saw go down in the Jib Park?
Oh. In the what? In the Jib Park?
In the Jib Park. Very specific.
Ah.
Oh, shit.
I'll put this out there.
I do believe, actually, some of the first ever nollie front flips by the top guys, being Matt and James and all that lot, were learnt in our Jib. And that was like a little bit of a big moment, that nollie front flips were learnt on the mountain board that small. So I'll go for one of them. And when Eamon Shaw backflipped the second bowl that used to be there, and I'm going to add on to that, my own nose roll 180 360 out of the manny pad. Look it up. It's better than all that. My old men, stick with me, old man. These kids, we've got old school moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd definitely say Eamon's nollie front flip in the Jib. And then I've seen Sam do a super gnarly melon grab, which can only be captured in video footage to be seen properly, to enjoy to full extent anyway. Those legs have got some extension.
What was the name of that pole we used to have? The horrible pole that Sam was sick on.
Oh, the Narbar.
Narbar!
Narbar, man.
Narbar was so good.
Narbar, Steve.
That's
what took Sam's virginity we're not allowed to talk about. It was the
Narbar. I'll edit this out and post edit. Tell us a story, Mark, and what I'll do is I'll put the blur over Mark's face, and we'll put a different voice.
Pixelate me and Sam, and I'll be like, "You touched the Narbar here, and here."
Just blur the Narbar out.
You just put a Japanese head on it. I don't know why, because they said joking.
I gotta say, my favourite thing that I've seen caught on video is the little spinning stop go sign. Getting the little tail taps on that was
that Jib video there from 2014 is one of the best things that's ever been shot in that Jib, man. Like there's some footage of Chris Horsley doing a wall ride to a board slide, like a gap to board slide. There's like Matt's doing some, I don't even know what Matt's doing there, crazy shit. Greg Parry back freed from the wall ride into the vert wall on his bike and stuff, man. There was like a proper gnarly session. I dropped myself here. I backflipped that vert wall as well, and Greg flared it as well, man. Yeah, that was a session. That was a proper session.
Oh, you'll have send me a link.
It's called Ye Old Jib.
Ye Oldie Jib on YouTube.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No, on Ye Odi Tube.
Ye Oldie Tube.
Another one of the best stunts in that Jib was Andy Dumlow doing the S Tube.
Oh, the S Tube. Yeah, oh my God, the steep pipe as well.
Never seen anyone do that. Andy Dumlow must have hit it maybe 25 times, and then he just gets it. A Jib or something we were calling it. Made this trophy. It was like a tire with a blue thing in the middle, and he won that, and deservingly so. It was sick.
Was that when you made the beers as well? You did the
the Hales Ales and shit. The Hales Ales, yeah.
That was supposed to be the movie night that turned into the, I don't know, Daniel Kernahan broke a box with his arse, and we watched nothing and drank loads of gin and wrapped in a circle.
Yeah, that was it. It was brilliant. And then we just watched the film down in the cabin the day after with no one else there.
That was it. Everyone left, it was raining, and we sat in the cabin and just, vegged out and watched that. The story of Mountainboard, really.
Yeah. Got sent a free DVD for that, so it was worth it, right?
I get sent loads of free DVDs. The Mountainboard world, the BFC were professional, man. You get sent their new DVD every year to the Super Bowl office. That was always like a special day. They did pretty well, those boys, to be fair, back in the day, like.
Yeah,
listen to the BFC. They said they got like a couple of like they've only got a few DVDs of certain versions. I'm pretty sure there's some in the lockup somewhere still.
I think there might be like Jack needs the first one, doesn't he? I listened to it on the way home. Listen to the BFC boys, isn't it?
Reese Cree sings the BFC best hits. Is that what
Get him back on.
Brilliant. Right, our last question. There's two of them here. I got to play the first one because do any of you guys up there, have any of you guys met Adam Barton?
No, not met him. Spoke to him.
Spoke to him. Yeah. I've had exchanged a few texts with him via socials, and I've got to say, he's fucking Fruit Loop, isn't he? But he seems real good quality Fruit Loop.
Yeah, he's a good guy by the sounds of it.
It's what Mountainboard is made of.
That's it, and he's so stoked for it at the minute. It's great. Anyhow,
yeah, he's shredding it. He's been at the Boneyard recently. I can't believe what he was doing there. Yeah,
the Boneyard. I was trying to remember. That's the skate park.
Mate, I was there earlier. I've got a bruised ankle from it but yeah,
I saw some footage of it the other day, and I was thinking, I've been there. I know where that is, but I couldn't.
Mate, it's so good. It's got better. They've redone it all. There's like, oh man, it's awesome. It's still going the Boneyard, man. That's like all of 10 minutes from the park, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
man.
It's regular up there.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right, so that's where he's riding.
Yeah.
This is what he's doing. I'm going to put it up. Let me see. Double check I've got the volume up as loud as we can go here.
And it's not midget porn again.
It's not again.
But Nugget.
I've got two questions. The first one, you went camping with your mate, you woke up in the morning, no recollection of the night before. You found a condom sticking out of your ass. Not so much. Question is, would you tell anyone?
That was amazing. Firstly, that was absolutely amazing.
Can you play the beginning?
Should we play? Yeah, let's play the beginning back again.
I didn't even hear the question.
Where did it even come from?
That was genius.
I didn't even hear the question. I was laughing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
First one. With your mate, you woke up in the morning, no recollection of the night before. You found a condom sticking out your ass. Not so much. Question is, would you tell anyone?
Yeah, I'd probably tell my mates about what the fuck have I put up my bum last night, because that is definitely me. Like that's maybe some genius idea going like this will be the way to boost something at my bum. And no, it doesn't work.
All it does is excuses to hand. It's incredible.
Yeah, just like that, wasn't it? So like used it before.
I'll just ask my missus. I'll just ask my missus why the hell she put a condom on top of a dildo. You know what
I mean? I only put them on top of carrots just so I don't have to wash the carrot first. So yeah. So I'm assuming
I'd tell everyone, and I think it's hilarious that my missus bought a dildo could jizz.
Sam, you telling anyone that you found a used dildo, used Johnny after your house?
What was that stick called?
Not meant to talk about.
What was that stick called you were going on about?
Well, the jizz bar? No, sorry, the Nar bar.
The Nar bar.
I didn't tell anyone the first few times it happened, and I thought I better mention it to someone because they must be wondering where their used Johnnies have gone. And
right, so he has gone with one more, and I'm assuming it's a little bit.
By the way,
and
his mum's going to go mental when she sees that tree.
That was actually amazing.
Good answers, guys. Or not, I don't know. I'm in the past. The second one is, do you want to go camping?
What was that?
I would definitely go camping.
Yeah,
definitely go camping with this dude. I've been having the most funny night of my life from what I've seen so far.
Yeah,
the simplest one. That is
right.
brilliant.
We'll meet up. You bring the Nigerians,
I honestly thought you were going to say bring the nachos then, and then that completely threw me off. But yes, I'm sure I've got his number somewhere. It's time to it's time to go.
I thought he'd still written his number on biro on his hand. Oh, he's looking on there.
I never watched it.
It was a bloodletting. They've scratched it in.
It was like one of those, what is it, like ranch style, just put it on you. What is it called?
Branded.
Branded.
Branded, isn't it? Yeah.
Branded,
Oh, branded, hell out of you, you non-Nigerian bastard. That's what they said to me.
So yeah, shout out to Adam Barton for putting in the effort on those questions.
Legend.
And I tell you what, you lazy bastards, the rest of you mountain boarders, just fucking putting your questions in the comments and not putting it in a DM, so it ruins it all for everybody else. And then not giving us a video. Come on, make
And
some
then not
effort.
fucking trashing your mum's tree.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam Walton is the new level for questions in life.
Yeah, I need to see that level of question being answered.
That's made my Christmas, seriously.
I tell you what, if he promises to make that much effort and do one like similar style stuff,
Maybe you should have a segment.
It'll be like the 9 o'clock show, and he will become Ali G, and he will take all of your shine. You'll be forgotten about, and it'll be a good show. That's what fucking happened.
Dung, 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 the Adam Barton segment. And then it just going to him, doing some questions.
Just
He'll have a jingle. It'd be
dropping
amazing.
out of trees. and
Tony
planes.
Blair, how is this happening? And Tony Blair actually thinks that he's black. Like,
oh dear. Slug it.
Yeah,
Have you got a 10 set for
yeah.
him?
The back of my head's hurting from laughing too much.
Have you been hitting the wall behind you?
That's a
Right.
spider. That.
it's just like the headboard of that dildo she left in, isn't it?
Right, so I got a 10 set, but I'm gonna go the way I see it on the screen. So Nasha,
Yeah.
you answer first, down to Sam, then Mark, and that means it's back to you after Nash. You know how that
Right.
works. It's like
Yeah,
a
man.
circle thing, yeah, man.
Circle.
Right,
Why?
reg or goof?
Reg.
Rag.
Right.
Ooh, heavy
We
rig.
all
Yeah,
regs.
that's heavy reg, yeah.
All of
What
us,
about
even
all
us
of
two.
Reg crew, man.
I've not been
Whoever it was, someone
not
else
happened yet, is
said, if you're regular, your left bollock hangs further forward than your right. If you're goofy, your right bollock hangs further down than your
And
left.
that's how we check in a mountain board lesson, isn't
I
it?
just grabbed my first met Nash. I sniffed him. I sniffed Nash's ear and cut his balls and went, "Oh, you regular like me, boy." And then we got.
Oh,
I pity the people listening to this at some points during this because there is so much laughing and crossover of talk. It's amazing.
right.
We're all regular. We're all got one left testicle a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
Is it forward or down?
No, it's
Down,
down,
down.
if you're goofy. Right.
What is this? Gravity defying, surely. Oh God.
Oh, don't test now, mate.
You're right. Well, I've only sampled one person so far. But right.
Hold up, you've only sampled one person. What were you doing to all those kids back at Ride the Hill back in the day then? When you
I
was
wasn't testing reg or goof, man. Fucking hell.
It's
Yeah, everyone
just
was good.
sampling, officer. It's just called sampling.
That was Uncle Paul's favourite game. right. Let's go somewhere else here,
yeah,
shall we?
let's go somewhere else.
Nasha,
Question number 2.
I'm sure we can ruin this one as well.
right. Favourite centre, past or present?
Oh, Harthill, man.
Harthill.
It's got to be, innit?
It's got to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't say that though because that was it. Like I really bloody enjoyed Swanbrook's track. I thought it was one of the best tracks I've ever.
Don't worry about that. Choose your best centre. Don't worry about track for now.
No, well, Harthill then. Bloody hell.
Right, there you go. Right. Best border cross track.
There we go. The dirt desert, Slovenia. That got the best border cross track I've ever ridden.
Orange Run at Court Farm, absolute classic track. First border cross I actually made it down.
What,
Just,
clean?
Sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
Is that the first one you made down clean?
Yeah. I had I was like freaking stacking it on every corner, but did my first event stacking it on every corner. And then the weekend after that, Leon Robbins come down and he was like, "Oh, why didn't you just like twist around the corner and whatnot?" So Leon Robbins made me do my first border cross track, and it was the Orange.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a track, like.
That's out of a story as well.
Mark, it's your time to shine. Now you've got to make that decision.
Well, to be provocative now, out to grass. That's something back in me, man. My first ever track I ever did top to bottom was out to grass. It was that accessible, yeah.
It's grass. Yeah, great fun.
You can be good or shit and still have a fucking great time on that track, like.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Right. Freestyle or border cross? Nash.
Border cross.
Sam.
Jib, mate.
Jib all day.
I was going to say jib as well, man. You missed the thing up there, jib. Three on jib. We'll skate fast at that point.
Right.
I like to hit broken bits of furniture and cones and stuff like that.
Fucked up pallets with rusty nails sticking out of them.
That's
be like gnar bars.
Anything that's gnar related.
Sam's first lover, gnar bars. Yeah, we got many, man. But no, serious note, was building something random and riding it. You know what I mean? That's it. Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best thing.
right.
The steep pipe.
Nash, park or free ride?
Free ride.
Sam?
Jib, mate.
Tricks in trees, man.
I like that. Front side or back side?
Backside's got to be.
Backside.
Backside small, front side big.
Really?
Yeah.
Little backside threes are easy. Big backside threes are nowhere near as easy as big front threes or big front fives. And also going front, doing a backflip, I guess that's still front side big, isn't it? I guess.
Backflips are just upside down. It's a different.
Yeah,
no, I'm trying to find a loop in there, but that's a front flip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's right. You're jumping the gun again, Mark. Flip or spin?
Mark, what's the next question?
It's this camera behind me and this green man. They just got me in the zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, spin from me. What are you saying, Sam?
He's reminding every time. It's quite worrying.
The only trick is
Jib.
better go for flip.
I'm gonna go again. Spin small, flip big.
Yeah.
Right. Favorite rider?
Fuck.
Fucking hell.
I really like this. This one makes everyone do that same. But it can be interpreted in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Whether whether
There's a few riders I like, man. Yeah, definitely.
Three.
Go on then.
Yeah, can we have I don't know. Yeah.
Top three.
Yeah, I'd put AJ Lawson up there. Eamon Shaw. Nathan Jenkins is pretty sexy at riding as well. He is a man about time when it comes to riding.
Don't be fucking ridiculous, mate. Don't get that. Fucking talking about that at work all day. Like.
That's three good shouts, so I like that. Are we going for three best then, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then, Sam. Hit us up.
Reverse order, Baron, because he is gnarly as fuck.
Yeah.
He sends it.
Simon Goggin, because he is the best rider I've ever ridden with in my life. And number one's got to be Tom Kerman, isn't it? Because Tom Kerman, night.
I was going to say Tom Kirkman, Bomber Morrison when he's on form, putting out fucking stees. And then Matt Bryn, because Matt Bryn has got every single fucking trick we've ever thought of and about 10 more. You don't even know that lad. Every single area he's in, he's got more tricks than everybody. So yeah.
Yeah.
He's up and coming, that Matt Bryn, isn't he?
He's the up and coming new kid.
He'll be in the man food there, Sam. He'll be picking apples you and Hereford soon.
I'm glad that you said Bomber there, though, because I had not heard anything of Bomber for years. And I haven't heard from him now, but I did hear through the wonders of social media that he was out with Seb Cox and Harwood and that for a ride around, I don't know, was it London or?
Yeah, they did like a London thing. Was it Miles?
Yes, was it Miles Hillier? Yeah.
Kingswood Park or something.
Yeah, I think Dan Wilson went along as well.
Yeah, art entrepreneur back in Dan Wilson, who's on BBC all the time and stuff, man. Crazy.
But yeah, I'm glad to hear that there's those boys are meeting up down there and having a session.
Bomber went to the World Freestyle Championships in Russia with Matt and then put his shoulder out, but he was slaying it. And then he came back. There's about 2 or 3 years. He came out to the park for the parties and just coming to ride. And he laid down like this. I think it was like a 900. It was just
backside 9 by accident.
Jump out, his arms by his side as he does. Just boom.
Perfect backside court 9, just like.
Yeah. But then also on that note, man, what's that edit where they all went around Europe and Tom Kurtman by that abandoned house does that down rail back front door, down that. There's an edit. What's the edit? This
the birth of Rad Mag.
The birth of Rad Mag.
Yeah, that edit is the best mountainboard thing still has ever come out this day. Anyone into mountainboarding, you need to watch that shit. There was stuff that was just pulled I don't know if it's been done again.
Yeah. It's on Vimeo. You got to look on Vimeo for that, apparently.
Because they're a funny Cornwallian bunch. Vimeo. You know what I mean? YouTube's not good enough for us. We like feral. Daily Motion. That's right.
Well, gentlemen, we are.
Oh, hang on! I've got one more question.
Oh, have we not?
Okay, one more. What's the last one?
It's only really for Sam. I just want Sam to get a bit of grief in work for the rest of the week.
Right.
But the other two can answer it as well. I just want to fucking put a bit of beef Sam's way because it's quite easy.
Favorite high five.
Right, so I'll just throw 2 names out. Name your favourite one.
All right.
Sonny Devon, Tom Rees.
I like that Tom Gibbon.
Sonny Devon.
Shit, the grief's coming.
I know.
Poor Tom, you bastard.
I can hear his heart break. What was it? Hold up, my phone's just bleeped. Oh, Tom's upset. He's
it's already happened.
I can't believe you chose Donny Sibbon over him.
Sonny Rees, man. It's Sonny Rees you want to talk
to. Sonny Dibbon. I'm going
He's
for
a
Dibbon.
cool dude. He's a cool dude.
For the incident.
Oh, is that to make up for it?
Yeah.
Do us a favour. Just say Tom Rees.
Tom Rees.
Right, cool. Now I'll edit that out a bit because I don't want you guys ever making up over that hand fucking.
That's amazing.
Gents,
so
do you
the
want to
next
give
episode has got Sonny Dibbon on it.
Yeah.
Sick.
I can't give away.
Now we are literally owning out. It needs to be the last ever mountain boarder we ever have on here. We're just going to drag it the fuck out because I know he loves it so much in front of the camera. He'll have to fucking wait.
Yeah. Can you do like a lifestyle clothing special and it's just Sam? Only Sam's allowed on it. Not Sonny.
I'll come and talk about t-shirts and shit.
Yeah, we're lining you up for that
episode. No Sonny.
We'll have like a whole fashion show of just your t-shirts.
Yeah,
it'll be like a 3-hour long jamboree of your t-shirts.
System will come back as
I mean, he's offensive enough going into Tesco. Imagine what it'll be like on an hour and a half of podcast in the evening.
Yeah, mate, he could hold it down for about 15 minutes. After that,
Just starts twitching.
Gentlemen, I have one question for you. All we're on a Harthill special, and we've already talked a lot of memories of the place this evening. But is there any one particular memories, or any one particular memory that sticks out amongst you, or each, however it works, from your tenureship at time, whether that be, whatever it may be?
I guess for me, like a poignant moment would be, it sounds pretty macabre really, but finding out that it was ending and everyone coming together as our group do. And it was like a natural, as I say, I joke about blowing the horns of Gondor or whatever, but every time I've ever done anything at that park, there's a certain group of people that turn up and make sure that you're all right or involved completely or whatever. And that was one of those moments. We all came together. We had a really kind of beautiful evening with the background echoes of Mr. Wong throwing that bar in the car because he had drunk too much because he was that upset. But it made you realise that like who your family are and who your close ones are and all that. And it was a hard but lovely evening. And itself, there's a little bit of beauty in that. And I think that place has given us all a hell of a lot. And my memory is of that field, of those big trees that you walk into across that and all that stuff. And there must be thousands and thousands of people's faces I've seen over the years. And it's just one wholesome thing that I'll always see, walking out of the covered area and seeing those big trees with the drop into the bowl. I'll see that probably with the last things I'll see before I'll fucking die. You know what I mean? And it meant that much to me.
Yeah, it does imprint yourself on you. I've still, if I close my eyes, I'm back there.
Yeah.
In seconds. What about you guys? Sam, Nash?
Probably the similar vision of that tree line and the top of that hill and looking out over, to as far as like Liverpool and as far as you can see. But probably that last comp will be one that stays with me. That was a fucking good competition, and a lot of people pulled in for that, and it was it was good to see so many faces, and it was a good send off. We did it well. We did it fucking well.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah, stay with me that.
Well, obviously the Nigerians as well. Go on.
Yeah, there was that. I didn't want to mention the Nigerian incident.
Well, you've done that one.
Yeah. About you, Sam, anything stand out for you? The jibs.
Visibility on the jib.
Streaming in February in the wind and rain, like mowing early in the morning, mowing up the nursery slope.
Yeah, man.
All the lessons come in on your own, ride up to the top, sun's rising and whatnot. Love the big events, being absolutely smashed, having a good time with the boys. Loved it all, loved it all.
Shoveling mud onto the last tabletop in the pissing down rain.
For a whole day I did that. Shovel
all day long. I was going to dig over, pug on my lap. Sam just throwing mud on top of a jump all day that I couldn't get to the dig because it was too wet. All fucking day long. Trojan.
No, how else to get it there. That was a good day. Like, I've still got the shorts. I was wearing shorts that day, beige shorts for some reason. And I still wear them all the time, and they are fucking severely stained from that day.
Man, that's the thing. That's the thing we're saying right now is I'll miss that family and that joint ideal that we're all working towards as a crew. Is the thing I miss most now, or this time out and whatever we're doing. We all were joined together by like the roots of some sort of strange mountain board tree, and everything we did helped each other and work to grow those roots further. And that's what I'll miss for the rest of my life, I think, because I don't think you'll get anything like that again, really. It's something that either mountain boarding or snowboarding, maybe skateboarding gives to you, but nothing else. And we were lucky enough to have had that for as long as we did. And it was a very special time, though.
Here.
Yeah.
Any I mean I'll start it off by saying a few shout outs, and shout out to Liz and Simon for originally getting that place off of the ground as the Ride the Hill Super Bowl. A big shout out to Clive, who's up there, who we've covered. Bieran spent his time up there, all the old pad monkeys from my tenureship. But guys, you spent all the major time there. Is there anyone that you want to shout out a thank you or whatever?
Ian, for sure. Matt Bryn, my brother, although for the whole time working a full-time job, has given me so much like a bit. All these boys and everyone for joining in. We joined
like Rusty, there's like Stu,
Greg, Stu, Ash was involved.
Nathan,
Nathan, Pierce was out there all the time.
Wow,
To the zombie squad.
Henry,
yeah, Henry, Oscar, Greg,
Robbie as well.
Angus, Man Angus,
Man and Goose,
Connor Clark,
Connor Smart.
Yeah,
Connor Smart
so
wasn't.
many people have been through, man. Like, literally so many people have been through. If we missed anybody, I feel like a celebrity right now. If we missed anyone, I'm real sorry, but you all did a lot to get us to where we are.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, if you went through the doors, be it as a punter, a pad boy, or a pro, we thank you, because that place wasn't anything without the people who were going there as much as
Your family.
But yeah, anything else that you gents want to say? Now is your chance, because I think we're going to start wrapping it up.
Thank you to everyone that ever passed through there, and anybody that's ever been ridden at Harthill Adventure Park. Like everybody that's ever worked there loves you for coming there, and every mountain boarder thanks you for it as well. It's been like one of the final hubs and destinations of the UK as well to go mountain board it. And so, yeah, I thank everyone, and for you, and for literally everyone. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be a part of it.
Yeah. We're gonna get, obviously we can see Sam hopefully in more tramper videos, showing off hats and nice t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, I just do clothing now.
You guys are going to be
drop on my thing is I'm going to be starting this new business as well of doing the mountain boarding again, different events and stuff. I've already got a few little festivals and things, so I'll be spreading the love of mountain boarding still. Mobile, as well as tune into the shed sessions and make sure you're onto the Shire Funk, the band and everything as well. We'll be doing all that stuff. So
definitely check out that.
On a thank you, thanks to every single person that came through the doors. Thanks to you boys for doing this. Thank you to everyone who got involved and every single person that's passed through the doors of that place, because it wouldn't be what it was. The essence of it was you felt a different atmosphere getting to that hill. I swear to God. And regardless of whoever owned it, it was something special about that place. So thank you, Mother Nature, for providing with us that beautiful hill and the sandstone trail. You know what I'm saying? And
yes,
Matthew Morris, who never listened to this, it was his idea to get mountain boarding on the Bolsover estate in the first place. So Simon and Liz got approached by Matthew Morris to do this in the first place. So that guy and he helped us through the first 10 years hugely. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Matthew Morris.
Yeah, he will never listen to this.
The unsung hero.
Yeah.
Well, gents, as of the last couple of days, I don't know whether you've noticed, we've got a bit of merchandise and stuff like coming on there. We'll get you some stickers out.
Yeah, man, send us some stickers.
You'll have to send me for an address or something, and we'll get them up to you.
I'm sure it's Floyd.
We've got to refer to you as mountains and mountains only, because actually.
Not available in the shops or anywhere. Primo stickers, those ones. Only people who'll be coming on the show will get their hands on those, unless you decide to give them away. Or unless Sam steals them, like Hill 62 hoodies.
I have a serious sticker collection.
You can
gonna
file that
tomorrow.
sticker along next to the So Solid and your Gary Crowhurst 0800 reversed.
You John Jordan Clubbing Club.
I've got no reverse. I've got a load of fat face vests as well. And, AJ Lawson trumper tops, and, like ice hockey tops, and all that, loads of stuff.
Never played hockey. That kid didn't play hockey for a day.
Right, well, gentlemen, we're going to cut it off here. I'm going to say thank you on behalf of the community for coming on and helping feed our addiction to this beautiful sport that we love for all these years, and now yet again by coming on here tonight with me and Slogs here. We really do appreciate you taking the time out from your busy lives and
Been a
doing
pleasure.
that.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank you for the fucking belly laughs I've had tonight.
It's been a good one. I don't know how it's going to sound when whoever's driving along in their car and there's all five of us roaring up at the same time.
I don't care. I fucking had a good time.
They'll feel the energy and the love, and it'll all be good.
That's it.
I'm worried about them crashing because they're that into your show. You know what I'm saying?
Concentrate on the road, people.
Right, well, gentlemen, when I press this button, we're all going to disappear. So thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Later.
Join us on the next
Cheers, man.
episode. Bye.
Bye.
Before we go any further, this is where we all stand up and we just have a little tuck. And we all just make as much fucking noise as we can for the Hales crew. Mark, Adam, come on up, Nash.